Hey, it's the third episode of Season 2. This is Nervous Man in a $4 room. $4 in 1961 is around $30 now. What will that get you? It won't get you a high, fancy penthouse room, that's for sure. Might get you a motel room. I don't know. I have no idea. Either way, I guess it's supposed to be cheap, you know? For the time. And Nervous Man, why is he nervous? We got two questions. We got one question. The one main question is, why is he nervous? I guess we'll find out when we get into it. Last time out, we had a genie. 4 wishes. I thought it was going to be 3 wishes. Isn't the classic 3 wishes? Well, maybe they could afford more back in those days. 4 wishes. And the 4th wish was what I expected it to be, as it is in many of the wish-related media I've seen. So yeah, let's get into episode 3. Let's see why this guy is so damn nervous. What did you do, dude? Did you rob $1 million from a poor couple? Let's have a look. This is the room. Hey dude, you feeling nervous? Oh, we got a phone. Don't use it. You'll be even more nervous. I've never been a nail biter. Oh, it's working. Oh, it's phone. Hello?
Oh, hello, George.
Hey,
I've been
George.
expecting your call. It's kind of hot night out, ain't it?
I think that's just your conscience.
Well, I was wondering what you had in mind tonight. George, I am not trying to cop out. I'd just like to know what you had in mind, that's all. George,
What do you got in mind, George?
I'm going to do the job, whatever it is, you know that.
Just tell me what it is.
Boy here, George.
You gone? You still there, George? You know I'm your guy, George. I'm going to do the job. I just wanted to know more details. You know how nervous I get.
What you're about to watch in this room is a strange mortal combat between a man and himself. For in just a moment, Mr. Jackie Rhodes will find his most formidable opponent in a cheap hotel room.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. He just has to fight the battle with his own nerves. You know how hot it is outside, George. Is that you, George?
George. What about tonight, George? What's the job?
What are we doing? Are we killing somebody?
Does it make any difference?
No, it don't make no difference.
I'd just like to know, you know?
Wondering. I just wonder what you had in mind.
So I can prepare.
Well, what would you like to do, Jackie? What's your heart's desire?
Could we rob a place,
You're
maybe?
kidding me, George. If it was up to me, George, I don't mind a little shakedown, a little bunco. But it's
Yeah?
just not, you almost got picked up the last 2 times.
Yeah, the cops
Remember
nearly got
the
me.
So if they pick me up one more time, George, it's 3 strikes and out.
Yeah, 25 years, George.
Anybody ever tell you what you look like? You always look like somebody's squeezing you through a door.
That's you, George. You're squeezing me.
George, I'm not knocking you, and I don't see why you all the time gotta knock me. All I'm asking from you is...
Careful. George will kill you.
George, what's the job I gotta do tonight?
Tonight, Jackie, you're getting up in the world.
I gotta kill somebody, George? I'm not cut out for that. That's gonna keep me awake at night. You know me, George.
There's an old man. Runs a little bar. He don't want to pay for protection.
George, I can get sent up for just carrying that thing. This one ain't for me.
Listen, you're in hock to me for your collar button, so don't tell me what's for you and what isn't.
I'm strictly breaking and entering. I'm nickels and dimes. I got no guts, George.
George, this guy can't pull the trigger.
You never did a job like this because you never could do a job like this.
Okay.
And that's why you're going to do this one, Jackie. And that's how you're going to get away with it.
Yeah,
George,
okay.
I got no guts.
I don't care, but you get them and you do the job.
Okay, George. I think this guy's gonna kill George instead.
If I find out that you welched on me, Jackie, you're dead.
You gonna throw some balls? Stand up to George for once?
George, please, George.
George, you can't make me kill somebody, George! George Nathaniel Maybury! You gave me a gun and you want me to shoot this guy? I can't do that, George! What's this guy's name? Forgot already. I've been saying George so much, I forgot this guy's name. But hey, phone worked. We had a good couple in the last episode. What's going on, Twilight Zone? You're breaking all your rules. Oh, mirrors.
That's why you're some dopey old man, a gleep.
He's a nice man. Can't shoot him.
That's what George called him, a gleep.
You can't shoot a gleep. Don't do it.
Why am I all the time scared?
I don't know. Me too, dude. I couldn't do it either.
Nail biter, scared, nervous little nail biter. Jackie Rhodes, the killer.
Jackie, that's his name. The cops are in the next room. They're like, what's he saying? I don't know, I can't quite make it out.
Jackie Rhodes, kill or be killed. Boy, I wish I could trade you in.
What the... What's... Who the shit
Hello,
is...
Jackie.
What's his alter ego? It's the mirror. Mirror image people.
You're not running out on me this time. You talking to me?
You talking to me?
You talking to me?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure you are.
What?
Now me and the mirror, we're having a talk.
It's Taxi Driver. Oh my... Breaking my brain.
But you ain't lost your marbles yet. And I mean to see that you keep them. You're me and I'm you. Oh, this is crazy. Really crazy.
This is crazy. Is Taxi Driver...
Crazy.
got it from this episode of The Twilight Zone?
Jackie, another part of
That's funny.
A very long time ago, you could have gone one way or the other. You could have gone my way or your way.
Two roads diverged.
Your way.
Robert Frost,
You know what
dude.
that means? A cheap, weak, scared, half vulture, all mouse.
What are you saying about me?
That's what you are, Jackie.
Well, what was the alternative, dude?
What do you do for a living, huh? Haunt people in mirrors? Huh?
He's like, yeah, he's from the mirror world, dude.
With a big piece of glass.
Hangs out in bus depots.
I'm pulling out. I've had it with you. Jackie.
Ooh. Don't go in there, dude. There's a mirror. It's obviously a mirror in the bathroom. Just cover them, dude. Just, like, get a towel or something.
Now, Jackie.
They're everywhere. He's gonna follow you. Panes of glass.
Jackie, don't pass out on me now.
Just a practical joke, dude. It's just your twin in the adjacent room, running around to different mirrors. It's just a dream. Don't have to worry about it.
Where you
Oh,
going?
he's still there.
What's it to you?
Gotta do a job, see?
Everything. Everything you do is everything to me.
He has conscience or something?
You're scared this is the last job. So you make a big noise like a conscience so the
Yeah.
big man don't say you've been goofing off all my life. You think I can keep quiet now while you go out and get us both killed? You never got away with nothing, and you know you won't get
Right,
away
the
with
cops
this.
are gonna get you.
Okay, wise guy. How come you don't know the big thing?
What's the big thing?
Don't you ever look in a mirror?
He lives in the mirror.
When you want to join a street gang, you gotta go along with them. You went along with them, and you made me go along, too. A year later, they dared you to break into that grocery store with them. And you went along.
Yeah, we got some good stuff that day.
What did that prove, Jackie?
That I was part of the gang.
What do you want from me anyway? You know what I want. I gotta go out and do a job. I gotta knock off an old gleep on 38th Street. And if I don't do
The
it,
gleep.
you can
Conscience, dude. Gotta shoot him.
with a spoon. I ain't got much time. I gotta go now. You didn't have time when that parole officer tried to help you. You could have listened to him. 6 months later, you were in jail again. That parole officer
He's trying to turn his
couldn't
life
help you any more
around.
than Jenny Reardon could.
Who?
Jenny Reardon.
Some girlfriend in his past?
Jenny Reardon.
Remember her? She was one hell of a lady, wasn't she?
She was a beautiful woman. She tried to set you straight. I loved her, Jackie.
So did you.
How could you love anybody? You're just a piece of glass. I needed her, Jackie. So did you. You graduated from the street gang into the shakedown racket. And when we got out, Janie Reardon got married and moved away. Don't tell me your troubles. It's nothing to me. Dames I can take or leave alone. Somebody who'd be kind and gentle with you? You don't need that, do you, Jackie? Why don't you cut it out?
Shut up, Glass.
What do you want from me anyway?
He wants you not to
I'm asking
shoot
you, what do you want from me?
the gleep.
What do you want from me? I want to take over, Jackie. I want to call the shots.
Ooh. He does seem more confident and less nervous.
I'm going out and knock me off an old man now, and I'm going to cut me a nice slice of cabbage for my troubles. And either you or anybody else is telling
What'd you say about
Jackie Rose what
cabbage?
to do.
Ooh, another phone call. Is it George?
Yeah, George. George, I'm doing what you told me.
Just go in there now,
I'm on my
George.
way out now.
I just need to take a little bit of a nap first. I'm just talking to myself, you know? In the mirror? Do you ever talk to yourself in the mirror? Do you ever see Taxi Driver?
Okay. Hey, Glass, come on out here. Come on, do your job now.
This is nice. This is cool.
Hey, come on.
Oh, there he is.
Don't make any difference, Jackie, because you're not going anywhere. That's the door to nowhere.
Let me in, Jackie.
Let me out. I want to take over. I gotta
Just
take over.
swap. Just
I
swap,
want a
Jackie.
It's time to be some.
Let me out,
Jackie, let
Jackie.
me out. This is your last chance. Out of there, boys, guy. Come on out.
Oh, that's the wall, dude. He's not in the wall.
You're a liar.
Oh, is he getting... He's getting flashes of himself? George, Jackie's gone. Stand up to him. Which one of you is in control now?
Well, what do you got to say for yourself, Crumb? Huh?
No more, George.
What do you got to say for yourself?
What have I got to say for myself, George?
Yeah, see, you can tell.
Not much.
You can tell.
I resign.
You can't resign. You're in the
That's
hole.
it, George.
You just signed your death
what?
warrant, Jackie.
You can have your gun back, plus the following.
And if you come after me, I'll kill you and all your family. That's dark. Dark, Jackie. Get out of here. Get out of my $4 room.
And don't ever come back. For anything.
Hey, you said you were going to give him his gun. Oh, you did. Did you take the bullets out? Yeah. I fear for Jackie's safety. Like, he did the right thing, but it's a world of crime and he's about to get shot.
This is John Rhodes, room 14. I'm checking out.
I love the way he's acting now.
Too small and too dirty. It's just a place for bums. But not for me.
I'm not a bum anymore. I'm John. Soon to be shot in the head, John.
Hey, what's to do now? Now we go look for a job. Now maybe we stop biting our nails.
Mr. John Rhodes with 1 foot through the door and 1 foot out of the Twilight Zone.
Oh.
Rod Serling, the creator of Twilight Zone, will tell you about next week's story after this one.
Don't you even think about it. What do you mean he's going to tell me about next week's story? Get out of here. Frickin' tell me about spoiling next week's. What's the next week one's called? Spoiling next week's. A thing about machines? Does he have to describe how a machine is? Get out of here. Anyway, that was a story about a man who, on his last day on Earth, he decides, you know what? I'm tired of being just a monkey, a cog in a wheel, a 2-bit, good-for-nothing mugger in an alley, a nervous, weaselly little doing heists and getting caught for everything. You know what? George, not doing it anymore. You want me to kill that Gleep? Sounds like a Martian to me. I'm not killing him. These aliens have feelings too. No way, George. Here, have your gun. So, Jackie swap places with his conscience, John, and then promptly after the episode ended, George put a hit out on John, because he doesn't seem to be fleeing the town or anything, and John got shot in the back, walking down an alley, because John knew too much about everybody involved. He knew George, his name, what he looks like, what he does, everything about him. He stood on his toes. Disrespect. Didn't do the job. George promised him, if you don't do the job, we're going to kill you. He's going to get killed. There's no way around it. Unless he leaves town, gets out of there, never shows his face again. John's dead. He's just dead. There's no getting around it. This is the real world. The Twilight Zone ends at the end of the episode. It's done. Real world kicks in. John's dead. So the moral of the story is, when your conscience comes calling, just ignore it. If you're in deep like that, find a weaselly way out. You know, you weasel your way in, weasel your way out. Don't bring logic to that sort of world. Get yourself shot. Really like what they did with the mirror. Some of the effects when they have two people playing the same character on screen can look a bit janky. In the mirror image one in season 1, when the dude was chasing himself, there was something really off about that. Didn't really work well. You can go back and look at that. It just doesn't quite work. In this one, it's still a bit. There's still a few moments where you're like, "Ooh, this is a bit weird," but mostly it's done really well. And you can buy that there's a conversation happening. The timing of the responses is pretty good. And the only weird thing is sometimes the movement, the eye movement, when the person in the mirror is following the person who's moving in front of it. And the taxi driver thing. This is something. This has got to be This is so... You cannot say that is not... you can't say that's a coincidence. You know what I mean? Because he says, "You talking to me?" He says those exact words. Maybe, apparently, according to this random webpage that I just went to, De Niro improvised it. Maybe he watched that episode on TV the night before. It was just in his head. He'd seen it at some point. It was just in his head. Sometimes I randomly quote TV shows without even knowing it. Because certain lines just get embedded in your brain. They just come out with it. But that just like broke my brain when he said it. I was like, whoa, he said it. He's predicting the future. So that was a standout moment of the episode, apart from all the cool effects with the mirror. Interesting little battle between who the guy is and who he could be. But in the end, the moral of the story falls flat because he's just going to get himself killed. In reality. But at least the dude, the Gleep, he survived another night. George is just going to send somebody else to shoot him. So, maybe what Jackie should have done? Gone to the guy with the jukeboxes, said, "Look, I'm here to kill you, but here's the deal. I'm not going to shoot you, but you gotta go. Gotta get out of here tonight. It's the only way I'm not going to get killed, and you're not going to get killed. Otherwise, I'll come back tomorrow and I'll finish the job." So, maybe that was a way to not have kill that guy and still get out of the game. I don't know. Save the dude. Maybe he should just have gone along with it and said, "That's my last job. Look, I did it. I'm out." Just shot the dude and then be like, "Okay, George, you asked me to do something. It's beyond my level. I did it for you. I got away with it. I'm just going to go find that girl. You get it, don't you, George? You ever fall in love? I got to chase this girl. She's cross country. I got to go. Thanks for everything you've done for me, George. I'm out of here." Something like that. I don't know how deep he was in, Don't know how much he owed George in karma or money or whatever. Anyway, that was episode 3 of season 2, The Twilight Zone. Interesting little bottle episode. Well, the second one, the second episode was the bottle episode. But this was another episode with just mainly one guy talking to himself. But this time we get to see we can actually visually see who he's talking to. There's a bit of call response thing going on. So yeah, next one is called, I've already said it, but it's called A Thing About Machines. A Thing About Machines. We haven't seen too many machines so far. We saw the Mighty Casey. But apart from that, I don't think we've seen many. Oh, we saw the robot on the asteroid in The Lonely. We saw the time machine. But so far, machines haven't had a big role to play. So we'll see what this thing about machines is about next time. And until then, be wary of mirrors. You never know what they're going to think of you. And maybe don't take their advice to heart. Just think over the issue. Be calm. Make the right decision for you at the time. Don't go crazy. Don't go swapping places. Because then you'll be, you'll think you're right-handed, but you'll actually be left-handed. It'll be a whole weird thing. Anyway, that's a good way to tell, by the way, if you've been replaced. See you next time.